Okay, so this is a response to the guy that I'm having an email correspondence with because he doesn't have Skype. And I really want to answer his question, but I think I kind of know what he's aiming at. Um, Now, he's posted on two of my videos this exact same comment. And I don't think English is his first language based on the way he kind of types stuff. But so I get this thing here, and I respond to his email, and I think you can see the ridiculousness of this, right? Um, Now, the first thing I thought of was, why do you need a advisor that makes 100% monthly? I mean, 800% monthly, 100% month. Well, because if you had $10 million, would you need a robot that makes 800% monthly? I think you could get by with a robot. We're talking robots here now. People can outtrade robots. I think we all know that. That's what I'm trying to explain to this guy. But through email, it's just brutal. So if you had a human that could make 100% a month on $10 million account, of course, if he had $10 million account, I don't know if he'd be sending me these things. So I think he's discovered the fact that the market moves up and down, and he wants to scalp it. I mean, it's everybody's first kind of look. It's moving. Can I make money from these little baby moves? I think if your spread was zero and your commission's really low, so I go through this 20 questions with him, and so he does this same comment twice. He does it on another video. So here's how the email reads. And it's a classic. Everybody wants something for nothing, I guess. A bigger, better, faster, harder, deeper. So the here's where it starts. He sends me that, and so my first question to him, I'm just gonna read the email correspondence here. I said, "Are you trading?" He says, "Yes." I feel like it's illegal. I feel like I'm in court. He says, "Are you trading?" I said, "Are you trading?" He says, "Yes." And then I said, "In the States?" And I meant the United States because when I was in Italy for the first time, that's what they called the United States. They go, "Are you from the States?" And I go, "Hmm." So that stuck with me. But, and I said, so I said, "You're trading in the States?" And he says, "Why? Who are you?" Because I don't think he even noticed that I have my information on this thing. So he didn't know who Pipgrid was. So I said, "Well, you just commented on my video. Simpleton. I'm Simpleton. You just commented on my video." So then he types in giant caps. I don't know if people send these emails in like 72 point font. "Yes, I need a robot with 1,000% profit per month. I know it well through scalping." Now, he went from 800% to 1,000%. I guess he put another 200% on there just in case. Now, I don't know if that's greed. Go fill in the blank, right? Now, then he says, so 1,000%, right? And so I said, "Who's your broker?" Because, I'm curious to, like, see you have tight spreads there for that 1,000% scalping. He says, "Did not matter." Well, I think he says "does not matter." This is English is not a first language. He says, "Exness Alpari, send me details." Whatever that means. Um, I'm going to send him details. Like, I mean, I can't trade it. I can't trade it Exness or Alpari. Not like that. So I said, "Are you on Skype?" "No, have Skype." Now I'm just going to assume he's Asian. "No, have Skype, but me details." Um, and I said, "How much is in the account? What is the leverage? Is it a nano account? Are there any Are there commissions? How tight is the spread? Is it fixed? Okay, now these are things you got to think about with a robot. There's your classic checklist, like spread, commissions, blah, blah, blah. So he tells me, well, the spread is 0.1 to 0.4. It's pretty tight. Leverage is 400. Okay, that's great. He still hasn't told me how much money's in the account. Now this is critical because if you're gonna you need to be able to handle a drawdown. So this video's I'm answering him. So I'm gonna give him this link to this video. So that matters, right? He'll never tell me how much money's in the account. So he says, these things are unimportant. I know its solutions. I need to know how much profit in the pips per day or week. Profits at a great rate of 1,000% a month and more. I know profit. No problem. No, I now profit. No problem. So he profits now, apparently just manually scalping like that. Then he says, so I asked him, how much will you pay for the robot? I mean, this has got to be right. He said, what is the bot? You're not answering my question. What is the bot? I said, how much do we pay for the robot? And then I said, what the fuck are you trying to do? He says, I want an expert system that will profit monthly 1,000%. Wow, he's a rare individual. You don't see a lot of people that want that robot. I said, for free? He says, you write the price. Now, I could have said $1 million, and he'd say, well, maybe I could get a loan. Or So I asked him again, how long? So now I ask him, how long you been trading? Are you scalping? How big is your account? He says, I profit through scalping. I want any system. And expert uses scalping. I think you know what I think he doesn't mean to say that. His English isn't good, so I think he wants any system that can scalp. I think he means. I said, if you want to make money scalping, why do you think an EA can scalp better than you? You need 10 or more EAs running to make money, I tell him. You need like a team of EAs. And so when I said to him, why do you think that, the EA can make more money than you? He says, now this is the clincher, because the oscillation is large and continuous. Yes. When the markets are open, well, it can be small oscillations, okay? And that's when I asked him, well, so then last question I asked him here, and then I kind of just gave up and decided to do a video. I said, how large, the oscillations, how many pips, what's your stop, what's your target? So I don't know if that answers this question. All I can say is what you're trying to do is, just because it's an EA and it's a computer and it sees oscillations, you still have to tell it. You still have to tell it how tight the stop, or what percentage of your account. You still need so much to tell it. Not to mention, is it going to be able to adjust to every fluctuation? Is it going to trade in Asia? Is it only going to trade when the news comes out? Is it going to trade everything? When the spread in Asia gets wide, will the robot be turned off? I mean, it's unrealistic, of course. Anybody that knows anything about trading is, and anybody's watched a tick chart with zero spread and zero commissions would still face the daunting task of getting you or a robot to. I get the idea that the robot's going to be objective, but you'd still have to give it parameters, right? I just, if you want to make money trading, then just download the last video I did. There's a link there. Just download the script. There's if you like to buy or sell at the market, there's a key inside the script under hotkeys called A1 and C1 and A1, and adjust the pips and size to what you want, and just get ready to click that. Just get ready to click that ticket. You're staring at the chart. You got the 1 minute and the 5 minute, and you know where you're at in the context of the 5 minute, and you just look at that 1 minute chart, and you go boom, and just maybe 3 booms, and that's it. You're scalping. Now, if you want to make 1,000% a month, that may entail you getting into some swing trade and locking it in there maybe with 40K, or because 1,000% of $100 is $1,000. You could do that. You could wait for the stars to align on a particular pair. You've got a daily doji. You got a 4-hour. You're accumulating during the 4-hour session. You're anticipating a break, a directional move. You know the direction, and you're going to ride that trade and keep moving your stops and actually moving your take profits out in front of it. And you might make 1,000% on that trade. And next month, this idea of 1,000% a month, I mean, it doesn't have to be through scalping. I think that when people see the fluctuation on a tick chart, they're immediately drawn to the opportunities that present themselves. Like he said, large and because of the oscillation is large and continuous. Well, and the market's continuously going up and down. But what is your ability to extract anything from that fluctuation is so dependent on, and you are going to have to get stopped out, because just like you have to be targeted out. Okay, so being stopped out is no different than being targeted out. The only difference is that one's a loss, one's a win, but you still have to get out. I mean, you cannot make money or be involved in the market unless you have a way to close a trade, even if it's break even. So you can do 1,000 trades at break even, never win or lose, so I don't know. I wish I could help the guy out, but honestly, you have to be realistic. Even if the markets were just oscillating up and down in a linear fashion, you'd still have to get in and out of the market. I get the idea that the EA is going to do it for you, but I don't see an EA that, I mean, like I said, you need like 10 EAs running 10 different strategies maybe on an account, and constantly, I could probably tuning the EAs up, but like it's a huge task. I mean, if you got the time, but if you have any clue of what is going on during the London Open as opposed to the Asian Open, a human could probably outtrade. A talented human could outtrade a robot, right? So I don't know if that answers the question, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know what to say, because it's hard to do these little back and forth communications with people on email. But I don't know if I hope that answers the question.